A 12-year-old girl, Courtney, was punished by her teachers after wearing a Union Jack dress to her school's Culture Day. Astonishingly, Courtney's father claimed his daughter was told that Culture Day was not for her and was asked to collect her from school. I'm delighted to say that Courtney herself now joins me with her dad, Stuart Field. Welcome to you both. Could I just start off by saying we've had thousands and thousands of comments from our viewers here at GB News, all in complete and utter support of what has happened to you and what you've both been through. Let's start with that. Stuart, could I get you to explain for the benefit of the viewers who might not know the story, what happened to your beautiful daughter at school?
Sure, shoot. So Courtney went into school. She was taking part in a culture diversity day, which was held by the school. She got as far as the school gates, and I think the school stopped her and told her that she wasn't eligible to take part in the events that day. They took her to one side, put her more or less in isolation. They kept her in reception. She called me, and I had to go and collect her from school.
And Courtney, if I could bring you in now, you've got that wonderful dress on there. What's not to like about that dress? It celebrates the flag, it celebrates being British. And Courtney, you had a beautiful speech written that you wanted to read out in your classroom, and I can't find a word wrong with it. You were celebrating Britain, but you're also celebrating the diversity of it. You never got a chance to read that. How has all this experience made you feel?
I'm really thankful for all the support that people have been giving me, and it's made me realise a lot that, or even more, that the school, what they did was wrong. Me not being allowed to read my speech, it's really upset me and it's embarrassed me as well, because I've prepared it and I really wanted to share it to my school.
You know, Courtney, I've got a girl myself who's 11, and she puts so much heart and soul into reading things out at school. It means everything to them. To be denied that, Stuart, is a cruel blow to any child. But could I ask you about the broader topic here? There's a feeling that it is now becoming commonplace in Britain, especially in schools, to be ashamed to be British.
Yeah, absolutely. I've received a lot of messages from people over the past 3 days sharing their experiences. There's been a significant number of people, you know, they've had a similar experience, whether it's taken a flag down, somebody giving them some kind of abuse for a national flag, and people having, as well with culture days at school, not being able to take part. You know, it's not for British kids. This seems to have sort of shook the hornet's nest, so to speak. People have messaged from all around the world. So I've had messages today from Japan, from Australia, Canada, America. We've had people in Italy, certain people offering gifts for Courtney, saying they want to reach out and treat her, because even they don't think what's going on. So it goes to say a lot of people around the world, and people in Europe, and in all four corners of the world are looking at what's happening right now in the UK and can see that there's something definitely wrong with what's going on. You know, if children aren't allowed to celebrate, or if children aren't even encouraged to celebrate their heritage and their culture, and especially to fly their national flag and be proud of it, then there's something definitely wrong with the schooling system.
Have you had a random call lately from a strange number, maybe trying to sell you something or even scam you? If so, your info could be out there. That's because of data brokers, shady companies that scrape the internet for your personal details and sell them to marketers or even scammers. These days, scammers can even use AI to mimic your friends' voices and trick you into sending money. It's not just annoying. Data brokers often target vulnerable people with high-interest loans or sketchy offers. But there is a solution. Courtney, the sponsor of this video. Courtney contacts data brokers on your behalf and requests your info be deleted from their databases. And because your data can keep popping up, Courtney keeps sending removal requests to make sure it stays gone. They've just launched a new unlimited plan with custom removals. If you find your info on a weird website, just send them the link and their privacy team will work to get it taken down. Getting started is easy. Hit the link in the description, create your account and let Courtney handle the rest. It's risk-free for 30 days and you'll get 60% off an annual plan with the code GBNews. Take back control of your data with Courtney.
You know, one thing we like to do here on GB News is put things like this to power. Chris Hope, our political editor, went over to Downing Street and raised your story, Courtney, with the Prime Minister's office. And we got a statement out of them I'd like to read out. Number 10 says the school has now put out an apology, and it added, the Prime Minister believes that being British is something to be celebrated. We are a tolerant, diverse country. Being British is something to be celebrated. Courtney, how does it feel to know that even the Prime Minister is taking notice of your story?
It definitely makes me feel very grateful, and it's crazy because I didn't think anyone would really hear it, and to see it go that far really made me happy.
And Courtney, it's always a huge focus on a young person. I mean, this has gone around the world, as Stuart just said, around the world and back, a huge outpouring of sympathy towards you. Courtney, has this made you even more proud to be British?
Definitely, especially knowing that all these British people and even people from around the world are celebrating and are saying that British culture is important.
And Stuart, may I ask you what your take there on the fact that Prime Minister Sir Keir Starmer believes that being British is something to be celebrated? Do you believe that?
I'm not the biggest Starmer fan, I'm going to say that out there right now, but you know, words are words. The fact that there's the head teacher and we've had governors, you know, backtracking and saying in public apologies, saying that they weren't aware, you have to wonder what's actually being taught in the schools and where this has come from. You know, why teachers have these sort of agendas that they're throwing at children. It's not at one school, it's lots of schools. You know, people have reached out to me from all four corners of the UK, and it's happening all over. So where's this coming from? Where's it manifesting? You know, what are teachers doing? What's the purpose? Why are they doing this to children? You know, these, as far as I can see, this is the future of our country, and if we're denying them, you know, the right to be proud and to celebrate their own culture and history, where does that leave us in 20, 30 years' time?
And Stuart Field, can you give us a flavour of the kinds of messages, the kinds of things that people have been saying to you from around the UK? Have they told stories about their children being brainwashed in classrooms?
I've had stories of various. Most of them, I mean, a lot of them is down to this, the Union Jack. People just don't seem to like it. Where did we come from? From, you know, say 1946. You know, after the Second World War, there was bunting everywhere. People were celebrating. You couldn't go to someone's house without seeing a teapot on the side with the King or the Queen and a Union Jack on there, or a tablecloth. It was celebrated, and for some reason now it's looked down upon. You know, it's vilified. People don't want to see the Union Jack. And if that's being taught in schools to British children, and British children aren't being included in, you know, in being able to share their culture. I mean, this is a 12-year-old's interpretation of what British culture means to her. Mine is completely different, and I'm sure if I went and asked a 90-year-old gentleman somewhere, his idea of what British culture looks like or is would be completely different. But this is what, you know, British culture looks like to a 12-year-old girl in Coventry in England, and so it should be respected and it should be promoted. It should be encouraged, people to express what their country means to them. And if this is what's happening in schools, then something needs to happen. You know, people, school teachers and governors, education authorities need to actually start looking into, you know, what's going on in schools and making sure that this is promoted. You know, children should be proud of their country, their culture and their heritage.
Courtney, I've had so many messages today from GB News viewers, and they all just want to pass on their support to you. They want to tell you how proud they are of you for having the guts to take a stand. And I'd like to add my personal message. I think you're an absolute superhero. I genuinely do. Not all heroes wear capes. You're not wearing a cape, but if you do wear a cape, can you please make it a Union flag coloured cape? Courtney, I just want to send a huge amount of love to you from our viewers, and your story has really touched the hearts and the souls of many, many people all around the world. It started as a bad experience for you, Courtney, but I think it's ending very, very well. How does that make you feel? Justifiably proud, no doubt.
I'm shocked, and I just thank you so much, I guess.
Humble till the end. Courtney, thank you so much. Stuart, thank you so much. Keep going. I don't think you quite understand
Thank you.
how much this has touched people and how much they believe that you're fighting a fight that the entire nation needs to have. I'm getting a bit tearful myself watching this. I've got a daughter just your age. Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you both very, very
Thank you
much
so
for joining
much.
us today on GB News. Please keep going.